Yo, what's good, YouTube? CC here today. We are bringing you guys a series of games from my run in the salary cap tournament. I guess it was season 2 this year. And we had a decent little run, so it's a little bit of spoiler. This is not just going to be a one episode sort of deal. But our first game in the tournament was against MF Ghost. And I had not actually played him before this. So was really sort of unsure what he was going to do. But as you see here, our first drive gets off to a really, you know, crap start. And we actually punt. I'm trying to be as conservative as possible. We are playing in a tournament setting. The last thing I need to do is just give someone automatic points to start the game like that. So credit to him, good defense to start there. And then he actually had a very similar sort of play style that I did, where he was for the most part conservative, willing to take checkdowns, run the ball, uh, which makes it very hard to actually play someone like that. Uh, because they're so willing to take 3 yards, right? He wasn't really looking for the big play at all. So as we see here, he's really just sort of moving the ball, pounding the ball, doing his thing, and we're struggling. It's salary cap, so you don't have all the great cards in the world on your team. So some of these times to stop some of these runs, we're struggling. But here we go. We do get a big stop there. Finally, as I hit the hole with my user, and then we get the stop on fourth down to get the ball back. So no harm, no foul. He had a good defensive stand. We had a good defensive stand. And then we start out here with this Marcel Reese, who was my running back through the entire tournament. Was amazing. His cap was really low. So he seemed like the right choice. He could catch as well, better than any other running back for the cap. So that's why we used him constantly. And I pounded the ball like every game. Uh, and then see here, we get a very unfortunate pick. Not a good read at all. But the fact that the ball bounced off the man's helmet and he was able to pick it off really did suck. So we've had the ball twice and we've come away with 0 points, which is pretty horrible. And my stick there is terrible as well. He probably should have housed that, really. But again, he's playing conservative. We just missed there. Like, I thought I had that. But that's all right. We're still just doing our thing. Great play on 2nd and 2 here to run the draw to pick up the first down. Just keep the chains moving. And every time he sort of flipped bunch to the left, so the bunch was on the left, he was really trying to run halfback base. And we were able to pick up on that. And a lot of times I wasn't able to actually stop him from picking up yards. But as the game went on, I saw it a lot more. And I was able to figure out, hey, how the hell do I run through this gap here? Because that's what a lot of my run D is about. It's about run stick. And without being able to shoot a gap, it hurts me, right? But this Derrick Henry was just breaking tackles, and I believe this was the most feared Derrick Henry he had. So he was an absolute monster at this time still. So hard to do, and I don't quite understand why, as soon as he got to the goal line, he really went away from using bunch. He was trying to use more power sets, and then again here, on third down, he goes to bunch, but he only runs the draw. And we definitely, sniffed that out, get the user, but he's still up 3-0 on us. And we're almost through the entire half. So we've had 2 bad possessions. And then we come out of here, and finally we break one off. This, fat Marcel Reese has got just enough speed to make it all the way down 75 yards. So we take the lead finally, right before half, 7-3. And so what he has to do here is, there's a lot of time on the clock. He has all his timeouts, but I felt like he was rushing a little bit to start this drive, which he didn't need to do. So that put him in sort of bad spots here, but he makes a great read on 3rd and 9 to pick up the first down and just keep the chains moving. So you see here, we've got some adjustments on the field, and he's, like I said, he's constantly, he's just making the right read, making the right read, making the right read. And right here, my user gets sucked down just a little too much, but thankfully he didn't throw that post coming across the middle. He had that. I truly feel he would have been able to complete that. But again, here we go, 4th and 1, thinking, okay, we got to get the stop, and no, we gave up, 14-yard run there? It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. But, that's okay. That's okay. We're as long as we didn't give up 7 here, I was going to be happy, because if we gave up 3, we're really just up 1, and he does get the ball at half, so the last thing I need is being down at half and not get the ball, because that's really putting us down into a possible 2-possession disadvantage. So we see here, he throws the ball away super smartly to take his 3 up before half. So now we're up 1, starting the second half with these long 5-minute quarters. And he gets right back into his offense, what was really working for him, right? Not an explosive offense at all, but you don't have to be explosive, especially when you're playing these types of games, especially when you're playing someone like me who is also not really an explosive player. It's really going to come down to who has the ball last. And he's hoping it's him. I'm hoping it's me. But you see there, we finally start to get a little bit of a stop. But then again, there's that same post, which I think he should have thrown earlier. And he definitely hits it there. Finally, a big play by either of us. It was the first larger play. I had the large run, but, that just was happenstance, not necessarily me planning and trying to be aggressive. And so again, you see here, it's 3rd and inches. He comes out, and like I said, he goes bunch to the left. He's trying to run halfback base. We sniff that out very well. We get back on the correct user, and we force him into 3 again. So while we're down 2, that's okay. We've got the ball. There's like 7 minutes of game time left. We should be fine. Not really too worried. I've been very conservative so far, so I decided to, open it up just a little bit and take a shot downfield. And just keep going, right? Part of the way that I play conservative is not because I can't play aggressive, it's just because I choose not to. And then when I finally do make those choices to be a little more aggressive, they usually do pay off a little bit better. But we see this Marcel Reese, he's chugged along, he's playing great. The run stick with him was pretty easy, I will say. I think there's some times there I got caught up with a bit of bad run stick at the end of these runs, which didn't really result in 6. But here we go, I'm hurrying up, and this is actually a time when I was starting to enjoy running stick, but I wasn't great at it, and I made a terrible read. Great user play by him, and so again, we've thrown him the ball in the end zone twice now. So now we're down 2, and we're just, we're praying like we need to stop. I need to get a stop. I need to do something myself here because we haven't really been able to stop him. We slow him down when he gets down the field, but he's been able to get down the field every damn time. And because of that, I know that we're a little screwed here, but I leave him into a bait. I've got the hard flat out there to take away the running back route. I know that as soon as he hikes the ball, I see that it's corner strike, and I know exactly where I need to go to cover that because it's going to be open. And I don't really know if it's a bait, but we definitely sort of get him in here. So we're down 3rd and 10, and most people would not run on 3rd and 10, but I definitely would. I saw the way his lineman was shifted and his linebackers and his user was just sort of out of place. So I thought, why not? I'm okay with taking 3 here. I can't force something and throw a pick because then we're definitely going to lose. So now we just keep pounding, and finally take the lead. And now we need this final stop. We got the pseudo epic music on for you guys to see if what can we do here? What can we get the stop on? So 1st and 10, he makes the right read. Again here, pretty unfortunate. I thought he had his feet in, but just a bad animation. The sideline animations all year were really terrible. So 2nd and 10, he comes about here. Nice little drag, gets him 8 or 9 yards there. 3rd and 1, again, like I said, he's running bunch to the left. Halfback base. So we come in and we blow it up just a little bit, so now it's 4th and inches. Thinking, okay, this is our play. This is our stand. If we stop him here, the game is over. We're going to win. Just stop him. We just need to stop him. There's nothing else. So I come out here, I set up my defense, and I show blitz to try and get extra people in the box, thinking he's either passing to the flats really quick or he's running the ball. Those are the only 2 things I'm expecting here. If he were to attack us deep downfield, we probably wouldn't have been able to get anything. And we set it up perfectly, and we hit him in the backfield, and we get stiff-armed off of us, and he picks up the 1st down. And I remember I was livid and furious. But then, of course, old man stick takes over. We get the user pick. We seal the victory, and we move on to round 2. This was a great game versus MF Ghost. Hope you guys enjoyed this. And until next time, I'm CC, and I'm out. Peace.